The circulatory system in mammals. The circulatory system in mammals is a complex system of blood vessels and organs that work together to transport oxygen, nutrients, and other chemical substances throughout the body. The system is made up of the heart, blood vessels, arteries, veins, and capillaries, and blood. The heart pumps oxygenated blood out of the left side of the heart into arteries that carry it to the body's organs and tissues. As the blood passes through the network of capillaries in the tissue, it releases oxygen and other nutrients into the cells. The deoxygenated blood then returns to the right side of the heart through veins, where it is pumped to the lungs to receive oxygen. This process is known as circulation and is essential for maintaining proper oxygen and nutrient levels in the body. The circulatory system also plays a critical role in removing waste products, such as carbon dioxide and metabolic waste, from the body. Overall, the circulatory system plays a vital role in maintaining the health and functioning of the body's organs and tissues. Structure of the mammalian heart. The mammalian heart is a four-chambered muscular organ located in the thoracic cavity, between the lungs. It is composed of cardiac muscle, connective tissue, and specialized cells that conduct electrical impulses. The heart is divided into two sides, the left and the right, each with two chambers, the atrium and the ventricle. The atria are small upper chambers that receive blood from the veins, while the larger ventricles are responsible for pumping blood out of the heart. On the right side of the heart, the right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body's tissues through two large veins, the superior and inferior vena cava. Blood flows from the right atrium into the right ventricle, then pumped through the pulmonary artery to the lungs for oxygenation. On the left side of the heart, oxygenated blood from the lungs enters the left atrium, then flows into the left ventricle, which pumps blood into the aorta, the largest artery in the body. From the aorta, oxygenated blood is distributed to the body's organs and tissues. The heart is enclosed in a protective sac called the pericardium, and is connected to the rest of the body by a network of blood vessels. The heart's rhythmic contractions are controlled by specialized cells called the sinoatrial SA node and the atrioventricular AV node, which generate electrical impulses that stimulate the heart muscle to contract in a coordinated way. Description of the external structure of the mammalian heart. The external structure of the mammalian heart is roughly conical in shape, with a rounded base and a pointed apex. It is located in the thoracic cavity, between the lungs, and is surrounded by a protective membrane known as the pericardium. The heart is divided into two sides, the left and the right, each with distinct external features. The right side of the heart is smaller and lies anterior to the left side, while the left side is larger and more muscular. On the anterior surface of the heart, there are two large blood vessels, the superior vena cava, which brings deoxygenated blood from the upper body, and the inferior vena cava, which brings deoxygenated blood from the lower body. The pulmonary trunk arises from the right ventricle, which bifurcates into the right and left pulmonary arteries, carrying deoxygenated blood to the lungs. On the posterior surface of the heart, there are four pulmonary veins, which return oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium. The aorta, the largest artery in the body, arises from the left ventricle and arches posteriorly before descending down into the abdomen. The external structure of the mammalian heart also includes a network of blood vessels that supply the heart tissue with oxygen and nutrients, including the coronary arteries and veins. Overall, the external structure of the mammalian heart is highly specialized and essential for proper heart function and circulation throughout the body. Figure 4.7, the external structure of the mammalian heart. Description of the internal structure of the mammalian heart. The internal structure of the mammalian heart is complex and highly specialized to efficiently pump blood throughout the body. The heart is divided into four chambers, with two atria receiving blood and two ventricles pumping blood out of the heart. The internal structure of the heart includes several important structures such as the heart valves, chordae tendineae, papillary muscles, and the conducting system. Heart valves are responsible for regulating blood flow within the chambers of the heart to ensure that it flows unidirectionally. The atrioventricular AV valves are located between each atrium and ventricle, while the semilunar valves are located at the base of the pulmonary artery and the aorta. Chordae tendineae are fibrous cords that anchor the AV valves to the papillary muscles, which are cone-shaped muscles attached to the wall of the ventricles. These structures work together to prevent the backflow of blood into the atria during ventricular contraction. Additionally, the conducting system is important for controlling the rhythmic contractions of the heart. The sinoatrial SA node, located in the right atrium, is responsible for generating electrical signals that stimulate the heart to contract. These signals then travel to the atrioventricular AV node, which directs them to the ventricles through a specialized network of fibers known as the bundle of His and Purkinje fibers. The internal structure of the heart also includes a network of blood vessels, including the coronary arteries and veins, which supply the heart muscle with oxygen and nutrients necessary for its function. Overall, the complex internal structure of the mammalian heart is essential for regulating blood flow and maintaining proper cardiac function for the body's circulatory system. Figure 4.8, the internal structure of the mammalian heart. Practical activity 4.7. Aim. To examine the external and internal parts of a mammalian heart. Requirements. Fresh hearts from a mammal such as a goat, sheep or cow, dissecting boards, dissecting pins, a pair of scissors, scalpel, forceps, hand lens and cotton wool. Procedures. 1. Examine the external features of the heart. 2. Examine the internal parts of the heart. 3. Show the direction of blood flow through the heart. Observations and results. 1. External features of the heart. Size. The size of the heart varies depending on the size of the animal. Generally, the heart of an adult goat, sheep or cow is approximately the size of a human fist. B. Shape. The heart is roughly triangular in shape, with a pointed apex and a broad base. C. Color. The heart is a dark red color due to the presence of oxygenated blood. D. Surface texture. The surface of the heart is smooth and shiny. 2. Internal parts of the heart. Chambers. The heart is divided into 4 chambers, 2 atria and 2 ventricles. B. Valves. The heart has 4 valves, the mitral valve and tricuspid valve separating the atria from the ventricles, and the aortic valve and pulmonary valve separating the ventricles from the aorta and pulmonary artery, respectively. C. Blood vessels. The heart has many blood vessels, including the coronary arteries and veins, which supply and drain blood from the heart muscle. D. Septum. The heart's septum separates the left and right side of the heart, preventing the mixture of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. 3. Direction of blood flow through the heart. The heart pumps blood in a cyclical manner. When the heart contracts, the atria push blood down into the ventricles through the open atrioventricular valves. When the ventricles contract, they push blood through the pulmonary and aortic valves, respectively, into the pulmonary artery and the aorta, from where it is distributed throughout the body. The deoxygenated blood flows back into the heart through the vena cava, while the oxygenated blood returns via the pulmonary veins. Overall, by examining the external and internal features of a mammalian heart, we can better understand its function and structure, which is essential in understanding cardiovascular physiology. Adaptations of the mammalian heart to function. The mammalian heart is a vital organ that has several adaptations to function efficiently. Here are some of the adaptations of the mammalian heart. 1. 4-chambered heart. Mammals have a 4-chambered heart, which is divided into 2 atria and 2 ventricles. This allows the separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, which improves the efficiency of oxygen transport and decreases the mixing of blood. 2. High heart rate. Mammals have a high heart rate compared to other animals, which allows for more blood to be pumped through the body in a shorter amount of time. This is especially important during exercise when oxygen demand increases. 3. Strong heart muscle. The mammalian heart has a thick, muscular wall that is capable of pumping large volumes of blood to various parts of the body. This adaptation is necessary for maintaining normal blood pressure and proper blood flow. 4. Coronary circulation. The heart has its own blood supply through the coronary arteries, which provide the heart muscle with oxygen and nutrients. This allows for the heart to function properly even when other parts of the body do not have adequate oxygen supply. 5. Atrioventricular AV valves. Mammalian hearts have AV valves that separate the atria from the ventricles. These valves prevent backflow of blood, ensuring that the blood flows only in one direction. 6. Semilunar valves. The heart has semilunar valves between the ventricles and the aorta and pulmonary artery. These valves prevent blood from flowing back into the ventricles, maintaining the direction of blood flow. Overall, these adaptations of the mammalian heart help it to function efficiently, ensuring adequate oxygen and nutrient supply to various parts of the body. Blood vessels. Blood vessels are the tubes or channels that transport blood throughout the body. There are 3 main types of blood vessels. 1. Arteries. Arteries are thick-walled blood vessels that carry oxygenated blood away from the heart to the various parts of the body. They branch into smaller and smaller vessels known as arterioles. 2. Veins. Veins are blood vessels that carry deoxygenated blood back to the heart from the various parts of the body. They are thinner-walled than arteries and have one-way valves to prevent the backflow of blood. 3. Capillaries. Capillaries are tiny, thin-walled blood vessels that connect arteries and veins. They are the site of gas and nutrient exchange between the blood and the body tissues. Blood vessels are made up of 3 layers. 1. Tunica adventitia or externa, the outer layer, consisting of connective tissue that provides mechanical strength and support to the vessel. 2. Tunica media, the middle layer, composed of smooth muscle cells and elastic fibers that provide the vessel with flexibility and the ability to contract and relax. 3. Tunica intima, the innermost layer, made up of endothelial cells that line the vessel and provide a smooth surface for blood flow. Blood vessels play a crucial role in maintaining blood pressure, regulating blood flow, and delivering nutrients and oxygen to the body's tissues and removing waste products. Dysfunction or damage to blood vessels can lead to various disorders and diseases, such as hypertension, atherosclerosis, and stroke. 1. Arteries. Arteries are muscular, thick-walled blood vessels that carry oxygenated blood from the heart to various parts of the body. The walls of the arteries are composed of 3 layers, the tunica adventitia, tunica media, and tunica intima. Arteries are responsible for maintaining blood pressure by regulating the flow of blood from the heart to various organs. They have high pressure due to the pumping action of the heart and their muscular walls that are capable of contracting and relaxing to control blood flow. The largest artery in the body is the aorta, which branches into smaller arteries that supply blood to the various organs and tissues, including the brain, heart, and kidneys. The smallest arteries are called arterioles, which lead to capillary beds, where the exchange of nutrients and waste products between the blood and the tissues occurs. Arteries play a crucial role in cardiovascular health. Dysfunctions or defects in arteries can lead to various disorders and diseases, such as atherosclerosis, aneurysm, and hypertension. Fig. 4.9, Artery. 2. Veins. Veins are blood vessels that carry blood towards the heart. They are responsible for returning deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body back to the heart and lungs for oxygenation. Veins are usually located deeper in the body than arteries and have thinner walls with valves that help prevent backflow of the blood. Veins also carry blood with less nutrients and more waste products except in the case of the pulmonary vein, which carries oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the heart. The renal vein carries blood from the kidney to the inferior vena cava. The blood in the renal vein contains waste products and depleted nutrients that were filtered out of the bloodstream by the kidneys. The hepatic portal vein carries blood from the gastrointestinal tract, spleen, and pancreas to the liver. This blood is nutrient-rich but also contains waste products, toxins, and bacteria that have been absorbed from the digestive tract. The liver processes and detoxifies this blood before it goes back into circulation throughout the body. Fig. 4.10, Vein. Fig. 4.11, Closing and opening of valves and veins. 3. Blood capillaries. Blood capillaries are the smallest blood vessels in the body, with a diameter only slightly larger than that of a single blood cell. They connect the arterial and venous systems and are involved in the exchange of oxygen, nutrients, and waste products between the blood and body tissues. The walls of capillaries are very thin, consisting of only a single layer of cells, which allows for efficient exchange of materials between the blood and the surrounding tissue. Blood capillaries are found throughout the body, including in organs and tissues such as the lungs, muscles, and brain. Fig. 4.12, Capillary. Differences between arteries and veins. Arteries and veins are 2 different types of blood vessels that have some key differences. 1. Function. Arteries carry oxygenated blood away from the heart to the various parts of the body, while veins carry deoxygenated blood back to the heart from the body tissues. 2. Blood flow. Arteries transport blood under high pressure, while veins transport blood under low pressure. 3. Wall characteristics. Arteries have thick muscular walls to accommodate the high pressure of blood flow, while veins have thinner walls with valves to prevent backflow of blood. 4. Oxygen content. Arteries usually carry oxygen-rich blood, with the exception of the pulmonary artery, which carries deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs. Veins usually carry deoxygenated blood, with the exception of the pulmonary vein, which carries oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the heart. 5. Location. Arteries are usually located deeper in the body than veins and closer to the bone, while veins are often located near the skin surface. 6. Color. Arteries appear bright red in color, while veins are darker red or blue due to the presence of deoxygenated blood. Practical activity 4.8. Aim. To investigate the direction of blood flow in the superficial veins of the arm. Requirements. Bandages or bands. Give the procedures as well as observations and results. The general procedures that are typically followed for investigating the direction of blood flow in the superficial veins of the arm. Procedures. 1. Select a subject to assist you with the experiment and provide them with a comfortable and relaxed arm position. 2. Locate a visible superficial vein in the subject's arm. 3. Use a bandage or band to apply pressure to the vein. 4. Begin applying the bandage or band to the upper part of the arm and gradually work your way down. 5. Observe the direction of the blood flow indicated by the vein's color change. 6. Determine the direction of blood flow. Observations and results. If the direction of blood flow in the superficial vein changes color from the top of the arm to the bottom, it indicates that the blood flow is towards the heart. If the direction of the blood flow changes color from the bottom of the arm to the top, it indicates that the blood flow is towards the hand. Depending on the individual's anatomy, the veins can vary significantly, and the direction of blood flow may not be consistent. Therefore, it is recommended to perform this experiment on several individuals to obtain more reliable results. Revision exercise 4.3. 1. What are the components of mammalian circulatory system? The mammalian circulatory system consists of three main components. 1. The heart, which pumps blood through the body. 2. The blood vessels, which transport blood throughout the body. 3. The blood, which carries oxygen, nutrients, and waste products throughout the body. 2. What are the structural differences between arteries and veins? Arteries and veins are anatomically different in the following ways. 1. Wall thickness. Arteries have thicker walls than veins, especially in the tunica media, the middle layer of the vessel wall. 2. Diameter. Arteries have a smaller diameter and a more circular shape than veins. 3. Valves. Arteries do not have valves, while veins do have valves that prevent backflow of blood. 4. Blood flow. Arteries transport blood away from the heart, while veins transport blood toward the heart. 5. Oxygen level. Arteries carry oxygenated blood and nutrients, while veins carry deoxygenated blood and waste products. 6. Pulses. Arteries create a pulse as blood is ejected from the heart with each contraction, while veins do not create pulses. 3. Which structure? A. Separates oxygenated blood in the heart. B. Prevents backward flow of blood in the pulmonary vein. C. Transports oxygen and digested food to the heart tissues. The structure that separates oxygenated blood in the heart is the wall of the left and right ventricles, which prevents the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. B. The structure that prevents backward flow of blood in the pulmonary vein is the pulmonary valve, which is located between the right ventricle and pulmonary artery. C. The structure that transports oxygen and digested food to the heart tissues is the coronary arteries, which supply oxygenated blood and nutrients to the heart muscle cells. 4. Give any two adaptations of the capillaries to function. Capillaries have two important adaptations that allow them to efficiently function. 1. Thin walls. Capillary walls are made up of a single layer of squamous epithelium, which is only one cell thick, allowing for easy and rapid diffusion of molecules in and out of the capillary. This thinness also reduces the distance for the diffusion of molecules and ensures efficient gas and nutrient exchange. 2. High surface area. Capillaries have a vast surface area due to their enormous number in that they penetrate every tissue of the body. This extensive surface area maximizes the amount of gas and nutrient exchange that can occur, making capillaries an efficient exchange site.